Hey everybody, Sebastian here, back again with another question covering the SAT, this time the grammar portion, right? This is a boundaries question, the standard English conventions section, and it's one I made up to be tough. It's based on, hundreds of questions I've done with students, and it's a fun one. It's about Sally Rooney, who's an author I like a lot, and her novel, which just came out this year, which I would recommend, but I would especially recommend Conversations with Friends. And let's try this one out. Sally Rooney's 2024 novel, Blank, covers a topic new to her oeuvre. No longer is the story only about friends and lovers. For the first time, the narrative centers on the relationship between brothers. Which answer conforms to standard grammar conventions? So normally I would say standard English conventions, but same thing, right? So if we look at our answer choices, we have A, intermezzo, B, intermezzo, C, intermezzo, D, intermezzo. All italicized, right? That means it's the title of the novel. The difference is the A has a semicolon, B has a comma before intermezzo, C has a comma before and after, and then D has one after, right? So let's see which one would go here. Which answer conforms to standard grammar conventions, right? Sally Rooney's 2024 novel, intermezzo, semicolon. That wouldn't work because you don't have a semicolon between the phrase and the verb, right? The novel covers, you don't want to have a semicolon between that. The first part is not an independent phrase, so we would eliminate A, right? That's kind of an easy one to eliminate. And then the question becomes about commas. Do we just have a comma after? Do we have a comma between? Or do we have a comma before? If we do it before, then we're making the first part almost like an introductory phrase. Sally Rooney's 2024 novel, comma, intermezzo, covers a topic new to her oeuvre. But we don't want to separate novel and intermezzo like that because they're sort of unified. And if you have intermezzo here, right, the novel covers it, and we just have a comma, we're almost separating the subject from the verb, which you don't want to do. So it shouldn't be that. And that's the same issue with D, right? Intermezzo, comma. If we do that, then we're going to have an issue because then the subject is definitely before the comma, Sally Rooney's 2024 novel Intermezzo, comma, and we're separating it with one comma from its verb. So that doesn't work. It's going to be C. And the reason we have the commas there is because we're saying 2024 novel, right? And she only wrote one novel. So intermezzo is like a supplementary phrase. We don't actually need to know the title to know which novel we're talking about. We're just sort of given that as added info, so it's not necessary. And we signal that it's not necessary with commas and commas. You could also probably get away with having no commas at all, right? And just sort of say that as one unit, 2024 novel intermezzo. But that's not an option here, so we don't have to worry about it. So C is our answer. The other ones are all wrong because they're separating, the subject from the verb in an irregular way, or they're making intermezzo seem necessary, but also separating it from the descriptor in a weird way. So the only one that makes sense for this one is C. And, I would recommend her books, like I said, right? And if you have questions on this type of grammar question, always let me know. I'm going to be making more of these. I can point you to questions in the blue book that cover the same topic or questions in the question bank too. I'd be happy to do that. Otherwise, I hope it's sunny where you are. And I hope if it's raining that it's cleaning your windows and watering your plants and giving you a good excuse to stay home and maybe read a book for fun, maybe a Sally Rooney book, maybe someone else's novels. If you love her novels like I do, let me know. I'd love to hear about your thoughts on them. And if you want more questions like this, always let me know. Talk to you soon. Bye.